All right, in today's video, I'm going to talk about why your linktree slash standstore slash beacons.ai slash linkin bio slash solo.to is killing your coaching business. So if you're a coach using any of these tools, you're probably losing more leads than you realize. And let me show you what's going on here and how you can fix it in 15 minutes. So let's dive into it. And first of all, this isn't about tools. It isn't about the tools. It's about how you're using them. Because most coaches are unintentionally leaking leads and killing conversions by giving people too many choices at the wrong time. So the common mistakes are that most bios are a mess. You can see here, there's so many things going on, and they include every title you've ever had and a list of features and a buffet of links almost. And it could be whenever you click on the link tree, it could be like this, right? There's a free course, there's want to scale, what's your first deal, join a mastermind, want funding, want more, you want resources, you want to sign up for a newsletter. There's so many things to do. And every single bio is almost like a founder of X doing Y and other important stuff that they want to build authority around themselves. And then they have this link tree in the bottom that also consists of so many things to choose from. And it's an endless scroll of links. It could be low ticket products. It could be anything else. And why is this not working? You might ask. Is it because it's creating confusion? There's too many directions to go, and you're not leading the traffic to one endpoint. And something you might have heard in marketing is that a confused buyer is not a buyer. So you're not leading them to anywhere that you want them to lead, and that is a huge loss. So this is how it should look. This one I took from one of our clients, and there's 3 steps to this. The first one is who do you help? And in this case, it is learn how to make 10K a month without creating content without followers. Now, this could be a little bit better because it doesn't specifically say who we are helping here. So it could be I help women create 10K a month by creating content. I help men. I help 9-to-5ers. You can be more specific about this if you want to. But then the crucial thing is apply some social proof. So here you have plus 1,000 students and also work with over 350 brands. That's kind of cementing the authority here. So you are certain that this person knows what they are talking about. Now, the third thing here is a call to action. Super simple. Just DM me ready to learn how. And that is how you lead the traffic. You can, if you want, also have a link tree. Sorry, not a link tree, but a link underneath the DM keyword here that could link to a YouTube video or one thing, because leading them to 2 places is fine. That's fine. But leaving them to 5 or 6 different places is creating so much more confusion than it actually necessary. So this is like I would say the skeleton that you should aim for, or at least start with, and then you can also add more later on if you want. But yeah, so what does this lead into, you might ask? So after people DM, for example, it could be, it could lead into an appointment setting process, or it could lead into a call to action of some sort, like a triggering something, right? And what I've gathered here is actually some examples of what people are doing that I think is a fine starting point, but I also think there's a lot of room for improvement. And I've kind of blacked out all the stuff here that's kind of sensitive because I don't want to expose anyone here. But this is like 3 different types of use cases, I'd say. So the first one here is just an automated message. That is whenever you reply to them, you don't need to DM them any keyword. It's just whenever you text them on Instagram, they get this automated answer. Hey, thanks for connecting. I tried my best to reply. Here's some free resources and interested in working together. And this is fine. Like, this is okay, but it's not really, you're not really guiding the lead that you're getting into your DMs anywhere. You're kind of just giving them more options. So it's kind of the same as a link tree, because it's just disguised as a message, because there's still 4 different ways to go here. And you can also reply back to them or answer like, hey, thanks, but this is not what I'm looking for, right? And then you probably just get the same message thrown in your head. And then you're like, okay, this is unpersonal and too automated for me, so I might lose interest already. So a fine starting point, but I wouldn't necessarily go down this route. Then there's this one. This is some guy I texted as well. And it's the same thing, right? So, hey, thank you so much for your interest in my one-on-one coaching. Fill out the questionnaire from this link so I can learn more about what you need. This is also fine. If you don't have time to spend time in the DMs and qualifying people and booking them in for a call. Like this is a fine solution. It's not optimal. It's not made for scale. But if you're just starting out or if you are below the 10K mark, this is just fine. So I'll definitely go for this if you aren't willing to spend the time. I would say, however, it is worth spending the time in the DMs because you get so much feedback from your clients and your leads to figure out what is it they actually need, what is it they want, what the pain points, and what are they struggling with. So, but again, it's just a fine starting point. Now this one is something that we see more and more, and this might seem like an assistant, but it's an AI assistant, obviously. So I tried testing back and forth with this a bit to figure it out if there's like any loopholes or gaps in it, but it was actually pretty good. But again, you will never get in touch with the actual person who's managing the page. It's just a budget solution of having an appointment setter. And I'm sure there's plenty of good AI setters out there, but I haven't seen them yet. That's all I'm gonna say. So what I would do instead, and I would probably have, like, depending on where you're at, if you're below 10K and you don't know how to manage a sales team and you don't really want to bother with that either, I would just have like a automation like this one or this one through either Go High Level or ManyChat. There's Go High Level is the cheap version, ManyChat is the more expensive version, depending on how many leads you get. But either of those are fine, and then kind of set off the appointment setting process here without going too heavy in on the sales side of things. You can just provide them with resources or just have them enter some sort of link that's useful for you. That's fine. But then the point of getting all of these leads into your DMs is obviously to selling them to. So you actually want to go for the qualifying and the nurturing process. You kind of succeed with this here, right? But it's very, very little qualifying process, and then the questionnaire that you can fill out. I mean, that's where you can really dive deep on the application and in terms of the qualifying. So you can, if you do Typeform, for example, or any other type of form, except Google Form, you can kind of filter, you can dequalify people based on what they answer. So if, for example, if they don't have the budget for it, or if they're not willing to take action, if they reply no to that, stuff like that, then you can dequalify them, and then they aren't eligible for booking in a call, for example, or for taking a conversation with you. So that is a way of kind of automating that process, but it's you kind of set a hard stop as to like what kind of people can be qualified and what people cannot, and that's why usually having a setter taking care of all the conversations, like the leads actually texting with a person, usually is just the best way to go. That's what we've seen the best results with for our clients, at least. So this is like our favorite way of doing it, right? Because there's also two ways you can go about it here. Either they're qualified and you book them in for a call, or they aren't qualified and you need to nurture them a bit more, and then you can provide them with content assets that qualify or nurture. And what I mean by that is, if they, for example, are just looking for a resource to get some more knowledge on either your offer or what it is that you do, then you can send them to that. If you're doing YouTube, you can easily send them to that, and then you probably have like a lot of good videos that they can see to get more educated on you and also spend more time with you, because the more time they spend with you, the easier it is to convert them on the calls. And that's ultimately the goal, to have them spend so much time with you that it doesn't really feel like a sales call, but it's just them jumping on saying, yes, I want this, and then you sell them. And that's the easiest sell you can ever do. But yeah, I think that's actually it. So this was just something that came to mind because I've been doing looms through all of our leads in our lead database, and I've just been watching so many link trees, and I just don't get it why. I get why they do it, but I think it's just such a suboptimal way of doing it. And I thought I wanted to make a video about it, telling people like why they should not do it, what they should do instead. I hope this kind of cleared things up. Yeah. If you guys have any questions to any of this, just let me know. And also let me know what you want to see next. I would love to dive more deep into things that you guys actually want to see. So just let me know. But yeah, I hope this came of some value. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.